Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to this week's Tip Tuesday. This week, I want to talk a little bit more about the concept of pressing down to lift up. I touched on it last week with the short box work and the reaching out to lift your sacrum. This week, I want to really talk about that length, that ability to reach down and lift and unify the connection of the lift with the press. In Pilates, if you've been practicing a while, you will have learned that everything really does involve a grounding force and a lifting force, or a press to a lift. So this week's tip is going to be on the chair, and it's the press down on the chair. It's a great exercise, and you're going to be using your chair with one spring. It's a middle spring, and then depending on your flexibility will determine how close you stand to your chair. This exercise closely relates to elephant on the reformer. So if you don't have a chair, you can still kind of apply these concepts into your elephant as well. So you're going to stand in front of your chair, anywhere from 2 to 4 inches away from your chair is fine. If you're unsure, you can have a wall behind you just to prevent you from sticking your butt out as you roll. You're going to reach your arms up and stretch nice and tall. The weight is forward, my heels are connected, my toes are turned out, my seat is wrapping and lifting, my powerhouse is sending my arms up. I'm going to bring my chin in, and this is just like your wall roll down. So the more I want to curl and lift my back, the more my feet press into the ground. My hands are going to find my pedal, and I'm going to continue to stretch my spine forward as I lift my powerhouse up and send my feet through the ground. Once you come all the way down, you're going to get a little stretch here. Chin is in, and just like elephant, you're looking to your belly button. You're going to come halfway up and all the way down. Stretch. Halfway up. Now I'm going to press into the earth, and again, I'm going to try and lift that lower back region up to stretch down. And one more like that, and I'm going to lift a little more. Now you're going to bend and press, and as I press down with my feet, my shoulders, and my spine lifts more. 2 more like that. Last one. Now I'm going to keep pressing into my pedal and lifting my sacrum, lifting my low back, pressing my feet through the earth, holding these connections as I articulate up. I'm going to come all the way up, and I'm still pressing into the earth as I unfurl back to the start position. So it's a nice deep chin to chest, arms around down, lift up. I'm pressing my hips forward. I don't want them to shift back. I'm going to come all the way down into my stretch. I'm going to lift halfway up with the pedal, and then I'm going to press the chair, the pedal down, and the feet into the floor and lift my back. Halfway up and down. Exhale to lift, inhale to stretch. I'm going to bend and press. 1. Bend, and I try and lift my low back even higher up. 2. And 3. I'm going to keep pressing down as I roll up. You do 2 to 3 sets of these. I love them. They feel amazing. But most importantly, you're going to start to feel that lift in the sacrum and that grounding. And this is so important, not only for your Pilates practice around the studio, but also in the saddle. That ability to lengthen but keep your low back lifting. You don't want to collapse into your low back when you ride. There's an expansion component across the sacrum that's so important, and that I don't know that we always talk about as riders. So this exercise is a great way of finding that feeling. And then when you're in the saddle, finding that connection to your feet in the stirrups, and try lifting that sacrum. See what your horse's response will be. I promise you're going to like it. I will see you next week for another Tip Tuesday.